Wait, do you ever get disappointed when you're showing someone something for the first time and you really want them to get it? And
No,
they
not
don't?
at all. I think
Yes.
Oh.
Matt knew exactly where I was
Absolutely.
going with that question.
I'm clearly an Eeyore.
I'm probably Rue.
I'm a Christopher Robin with a Pooh Rising.
And then I get in a canoe and I'm like, Clairs don't like canoes.
No, they don't.
I'm afraid of this lake.
That's exactly what it was.
Ow.
It was a beautiful moment in our friendship. I was
literally in the middle of getting ready up and down the
Pathetic.
stairs. Ow. I was like, I'm trying to get my hair done. I'm like, ah.
I don't think that's an accurate representation of my owl.
Well, you were in such pain you couldn't see clearly. So,
Trauma.
Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. I'm Matt Young. I'm a theater educator and a parent. And ever since I lost my father to cancer, I have been mildly obsessed with death. This is my last will and testament. Ani DeFranco once said, "You don't realize you're addicted to love until you try to change it." This week's episode is still about questions, but one of those questions is, what is the difference between addiction and love? To be completely honest, I do not think I know. And I'm not sure by the end of this episode I will have learned anything about the difference between addiction and love. But it's a lot of fun to listen to, so I hope you enjoy. Today's episode is brought to you by Grady's Clam Chowder. Craving comfort in every spoonful? Look no further than Grady's Clam Chowder. Made with the finest ingredients and bursting with rich, creamy flavor you love, Grady's Clam Chowder is a true delight for your taste buds. Whether you're savoring it as a main dish or pairing it with your favorite crusty bread, Grady's Clam Chowder is the perfect way to warm up and indulge. Taste the perfection in every bite. Try Grady's Clam Chowder today and discover a new level of culinary satisfaction.
pick a page number. These are all lighthearted, fun comedies.
Keep the pen for this?
Absolutely.
No.
The pen is all yours.
need anything looked up.
Actually, I meant to ask you to bring your ring sizer today.
I hate my ring sizer.
I know you don't like it, but it's a plastic one, right?
No, I have a couple different kinds.
Oh.
Well, I can bring one too.
No, I don't really. I don't need
I
it.
just like that.
Okay.
I could just eye it for you. You could just guess.
Actually, I wish I had worn the other ring so you could tell me. I feel like this is a 9, but it's fine.
If you need any adjustments, I can do that for you.
Okay.
On the fly, you can do adjustments on the fly.
Not like right now, but we do like really acute sizing, like an eighth. A
They're
16th.
adorable, the sizes.
Really cute ones.
The cute ones.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I pressed record because we have to get going.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how long did we talk? We talked for an hour and 14 minutes before. So
We had a
really
lot to
spread-
talk about today.
Yeah, we did, right?
Yeah.
We
It's
had to
been-
get some
well,
stuff out.
We've been away for a couple weeks.
Yes.
We're all in rehearsals together, but it's not like we can hang out at rehearsal because
No.
we're very busy there.
It is busy.
And we.
Some of us are playing bad guys, so
Who's playing a bad guy?
you.
Me? I'm
Yes.
not a bad guy in the show.
Oh
You're an
my
anti-hero.
goodness. Obviously, you have not read the play. You are the worst person ever. You're playing the worst person ever.
According to you.
According to my character, at least, yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right.
But
It's all a
at
matter of
least I'm-
perspective.
I only play a villain, though, twice.
That's true. Other than that, you play a character that is imminent for death.
And I'm Vanna White.
I am like the Taylor Swift of the play.
That's true.
Yeah.
How? Explain.
You're the
The
problem. It's you.
anti-hero.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's an anti-hero?
That's what her famous song is. One of them.
Oh, see, I don't know enough about her music.
It's about, how does the line go?
I'm
It's always
an
exhausting
anti-hero
being
because
the
I'm mad.
anti-hero.
He shouldn't have
What?
bought me an edible arrangement.
What? I don't even know what that is.
An edible arrangement?
Oh, is that?
It's been
It
No,
I didn't
sounded,
understand the
sounded like
word.
he said Annabelle arrangement.
Yeah, I thought
which I thought it was
I was like, where are we going?
an antebellum
This has
arrangement.
been the best day. Slap on my heels and I'm on the floor driving my car and I'm sad, but not really. The heat's on. Heat's on. Heat's on. Kylie Jenner's in the back.
Yeah, that is pretty much a Taylor Swift song summed up.
Is that really? Wow.
Yeah, I do.
I'm cold
like
in my
her,
cardigan.
and I'm
Ooh.
annoyed with her at the same time.
There's
but
wind blowing.
I do appreciate her art, and I appreciate her stamina,
Do you appreciate this? Clam chowder.
and I love clam chowder. And I do appreciate her, like.
I'm not letting
yeah.
her take up any more oxygen in this.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Enough about her.
But I do
We
have
are
to
not
say,
anti-Taylor Swift.
I
I just
will
want to
say
make
that
We're not at all.
clear.
She's
when-
going to be on next week.
when I went to the Joni Mitchell concert last
Oh
year.
my goodness.
Oh man, what time is it? It was such
Mondays.
a relief not to listen to any Taylor Swift for a whole weekend. It was really
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, but those days are over.
I know that cousin Richie really likes her. So, anyways, welcome to the Last Will podcast. We are back for our third episode of questions. Is this our last episode of questions? Are we going to be able to answer more than just 2 questions today?
Probably not.
Probably not.
All right, where should we start? We're just going to jump in.
Yeah,
The
but I
AI's
forgot-
definition of questions
What?
is.
We're doing that?
Oh, no. I was just.
Oh, you
I
have
don't
it though. You have it in front of you, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't actually. What do you think AI would say about. What is a question, AI?
A question is a
Sentence that
a
your voice
sentence
raises
that,
at the end.
a sentence that ends in a question mark, and there are various inflections within the. You can make various inflections within your voice when you're reading the sentence to indicate that it is in fact a question.
A question is a sentence that has an inquiry that requires an answer. Maybe.
A question is a request for information.
Okay. Grady, what do you think?
A trunk is a place where you would put the body to begin with.
In England, we would call it a boot.
Boot, yes.
A boot.
Boot.
Okay,
That's Canadian.
is
That's
it me or
Canadian
was that
for
totally unrelated?
A little bit. It was a little unrelated because he said trunk, and we were
Chunk.
talking about questions.
Chunk?
Why did
Like,
you
Yeah,
say
Chunk from the Goonies.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm Grady. I'm unpredictable.
I like that.
Is
About,
my-
I
do
like
you
that
like my-
about Grady.
Yeah. Do you like my Grady impression?
No, it was
My name is Grady.
Your name is Clam Chowder.
I'm unpredictable.
Oh
Clam
my gosh,
chowder.
I didn't realize that your Boxageddon over there is so much smaller. They're all gone.
The box again has been taken care of.
Look at those Christmas stockings.
By my
Those are
friend.
very big.
Yes, I got to get rid of Christmas
I'm
tree
sorry.
because I don't celebrate it.
By your friend, do you mean that you had your friend do that for you today?
No, she decided to do it without my permission, and so I was like, no, they like Cornergeddon. They like Recycle Mountain. Yeah, this place is much cleaner because
It looks great.
Because somebody cleaned it for you.
somebody was very, very helpful
Okay.
and just blamed it on like, you've been sick. It's fine. I'm like, yeah.
Does anybody do any impressions?
I just did an impression of Grady. You want to hear it again? My
You-
name is Grady.
We do an impression of. Do an impression of.
I do think that's a great character for
person
you,
who's
and
here
I would
earlier.
cast you as Pap in Big River.
Thank you. Thank you.
John Goodman
Well,
got nominated
Matt
for a
does
Tony
great
for that.
impressions, and Grady
Thank
does
you.
also very good
Not
impressions.
really. I give you the vibe, not necessarily the voice.
Yes, give us the vibe.
That's
of
true.
Catherine O'Hara.
That's not fair.
Why?
Because
you don't do
just-
a Catherine O'Hara?
I mean, I
felt like I was giving you a
Dad,
softball.
No,
Okay, I'll do.
I don't think he does well on the spot, though. He doesn't do well on the spot.
David.
Mm-hmm.
Not great, but you know.
Is it better than my Sean Connery?
I don't know. Let's hear it.
I am the last dragon.
Really
Shut it back, one ping.
That's really good. Oh, can we just
He
do?
pulls out a knife, you pull out a gun.
Okay, well, how
Great.
do you do that?
But why
It's-
doesn't he pull this shit out when you do shows?
Well, it's
If
not
I have
asked
to do
for.
You never do a voice.
No, because
But I like that. when you
whenever
go,
I need
I'm,
to.
I'm
I want to
Grady.
try and do Sean Connery. It sounds like you're sucking the oxygen out of your
He's keeping
throat.
Right.
It's a little bit.
I'm
It's Scottish Mayor Quimby is really what it is.
If I tried to do that, this is how it sounds. I'm Sean Connery.
I think nailing it. You are
I
nailing
drink orange
Sean Connery's
zero
like a frog.
Gatorade.
it. Which is so a thing that Sean
Kermit
Connery
Connery.
does.
It's Kermit Connery.
Kermit Connery.
Sound like a frog.
Yeah.
He
it
pulls
does.
out a knife. He pulls out a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital. He sends one of yours to the morgue.
That's not bearable.
Yeah, it's not bearable.
It's not. I was meant to say. That's
Thank you. That's the sweetest thing you've ever said to me.
Your impression is not bearable.
That's not terrible. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
That's not
words.
bearable. How was
Words,
the show?
words,
Well, that's
words.
not bearable. It was, let's do famous theater actors that no one knows.
Okay, this is the only other one that I like to do, and I never do it, and it is Walter Matthau.
Hey, Gustafson, why don't you pull your lower lip over your head and swallow?
Okay, for those
Thank
of
you,
us
good
who
night.
don't know who that is,
You don't know Walter Matthau?
let me look it up because
Okay.
I probably do.
Okay.
You do, grumpy old man.
Hey, Gustafson.
Why doesn't my phone? No.
It's overpowered.
Oh,
Um,
he's a super old guy.
Yeah, well, he's dead now.
Okay,
He's super dead now.
Dude,
He's super dead
Janet
guy.
McTeer.
Janet
Who's
McTeer.
that? Oh, you want me to do it?
From Ozarks?
Yeah. But we got to do British.
I did the scene where she gets. Oh, spoilers.
Oh, Matt. Oh, jeez. Wow.
Too much. Too much.
Can't say that.
I can't.
She's always very low. She breathes all the time. Oh.
She played.
Darling, all right, I need everyone of the best behavior. I don't know what his agenda is, but I know that I need to sit down and just have a drink, please. I chose you.
She plays everything very tall.
Yeah.
Grady plays her very well, actually.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a good
nailed
Janet
her.
McTeer, I think.
I
We're
think
working on that.
if you know Janet McTeer, that was nailing it.
Here's maybe some Vanessa Kirby.
I
Okay.
think the only one who's studied her and Billy Piper extensively lately is you. So you're the only one who could do it. Anyways,
Who's calling?
My phone isn't ringing. Is your phone ringing, Claire?
No, iPhone's never on the buzzing mode.
Oh, it's always on ring.
It's always on get the fuck away from me mode.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I know how to program that yet.
I recently put my phone on, I turned off call waiting. So if I'm on the phone and you call me, you can't get through. Or I
Nice.
can't see you calling because I actually get like anxiety when I'm on the phone and someone else is calling. And then then I'm like, do I answer or do I finish this phone call?
A little bit of panic sets in.
Yeah. And it's always when I'm driving. And so it's just bad. So I just turned it off.
You know what? That's pretty smart.
Because there's a little too much. There's a lot going on in my head as it is, and I don't need it overcomplicated by stuff going on in my phone.
Phone is triggering.
True.
Um,
So questions.
Yeah.
What question
Where
should
were
we
we-
start with?
where did we leave off?
We
did-
Well, we have not done an order at
No,
all, so
but
I don't even
we-
know.
The
What
last
moment-
one, we did a quickie. We did what?
It's your deepest regret.
It
Yeah,
was a quickie.
we did. We had like we were about to end, and then we were like, let's just do one more, and
No.
it was the regret one.
Which I think I said as a joke because I was like, "This is way too much to do as a quickie," and
Right.
yet we nailed it as a quickie. I
Yeah,
thought.
we did it.
What about what moment broke your heart in a way that you'll never recover from?
Ugh.
I don't
Claire
even.
went, ugh.
I
Or
know
what
that
is
I.
the hardest thing for you to hide?
Oh, I like that one better. Some of
Okay.
these are actually too deep that I just don't want to give my answers.
What's the harshest truth you've ever had to accept about yourself?
What have you broken in someone's house and didn't tell them and just left it? And I'm talking like a toilet handle.
I
or
think it's
like
toilet. I think it's more than
I
than
ruined your
others.
commode or
It's
the couch
toilet.
was like that.
You just leave. You just like
You
when- it's nothing I can do. I
Have we all?
I have to leave.
Can
Have
we all say
left
that
the
we?
damage of a toilet in our wake in our lives? Claire, have you ever destroyed a toilet
Yes.
and left a house?
Yes,
without
you
saying
have.
anything?
You have.
I'm sure I have.
I know you have.
That's a universal truth for everybody. We've all destroyed a toilet and left it.
Yep. Sorry about that.
How about this? Is it possible to connect with someone that you have lost feelings for?
Oh,
What do you think about that?
my answer? I wrote, I don't know.
Nailed it. Moving on. No, I think you're right because it all depends on the individual, right? Like I would think out of the gate, however you want to start it, I'd like to believe my first instinct is fuck them. I don't have any interest in reconnecting with them because I don't have any feelings for them, so they don't deserve the effort. And then I think once I've had my little temper tantrum, I think then I get to a place where I'm like, no, the best version of me believes that there is forgiveness for all and that I should be able to find way to have some humanity for this person that I probably don't have the same feelings that I had for them, maybe not void of feelings. And then after that, I sit back and go, well, where am I? Am I people pleasing? Am I just doing this so that someone will think good of me? Am I trying to make it good for everybody else? Why am I doing this? And I think that's when I get to the place of, I'm not sure. Can I really, like, do I want to make this connection with this person?
Is this about romance?
Not necessarily, I don't think.
No,
Matt,
no,
was your answer about romance?
I don't think it was, which is so strange, right?
Because I was trying to
Just assume.
I was trying to stem both in definition, like take both interpretations when you were
Right.
giving that answer.
For me, I believe I am still connected to or friendly with. Friendly is probably not the right way. Most of my ex-romantic partners in my life. I don't think, for the most part, any of the important ones I've shut off. Like, I don't really talk to, like, my college girlfriend, but, like, we're friends on Facebook, and we'll wish each other happy birthday. And, you know, if something comes up that feels connected, we'll connect. But, like, that's, you know, I don't know. There's not hatred from my part. I hope there's not from hers. But, like, yeah, for the most part,
So I look at this question and I think of romance. I think of people you've lost feelings for, like, because I don't think about losing feelings for somebody that I used to be friends with or used to.
But you have, though, right? I mean, you've cut off people.
I have
Is
cut
that
off
not-
people, but I don't talk when I use the phrase "had feelings for" or "lost feelings for." Like, that to me translates to having a crush on someone.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've had. I don't know how to answer this without it making any sense or like it coming out in some sort of streamlined
Well,
sentence.
I think you give it a try, because I just rambled on for a while,
not
and
easy-
it doesn't seem like
it's
it
not an
made much
easy
sense
question.
either.
Grady, you go first. Second.
Yeah, Grady.
It's not an easy question. I understand what you're saying. I think if only someone's hurt you, then you have to self-protect. Other than that,
Do you see it only romantically, or
no.
you see it on both sides?
Yeah. And I
Um,
think it's only that if I couldn't, it's because they've hurt me, or I'm scared of them, or have fear they're going to hurt me, or I don't feel safe.
I also think there's probably this assumption that when we say to connect with someone, that it's, do you have the ability to connect to someone who you've lost feelings for, or do you have the desire to connect to someone who you have lost feelings for?
Two very different things.
Can we
Right.
just define what lost feelings means? Like, what does this question mean?
This question means that you felt a certain intensity for this person. Like, I can think of friends in my life right now, friends, quote, quote, who, you know, they meant a lot to me in my life, and that we're not really friends at this point anymore. And so those feelings that I had when we were friends wouldn't be the words that I would define what that friendship means to me now. So I would feel like those feelings have been lost,
Okay, so I think that
have changed, really.
there is, I think when let's say you make a new friend and you guys are so
Congratulations. We nailed it, Grady.
Yeah,
Thank
good job.
you. Thanks.
We made new friends.
You know, if you made new friends and there's like an excitement surrounding it, like when you meet someone that you have a crush on and you both like each other, and you know, that honeymoon period of the relationship. Like, I think there can be a honeymoon period in friendships,
Absolutely.
at least for
Absolutely.
me.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll do something and it pops the bubble, or
Reality.
something will happen and you're like, my feelings have changed about that person. Over time, for me, I look at those experiences, that bubble popping, as like, oh, I really shouldn't be trusting people as much as I originally did. Or it's like I'll give everything, like I'll be super vulnerable to that person, and then all of a sudden they might have violated my trust.
And you feel like you don't even know them.
Yeah, and then I feel like, oh, why did I do that again? So I think that like my relationships with people that I've lost feelings for, so to speak, have been, some of them have been people I've had to cut off and remain that sever. Like I've had to keep that separate. But then
it's tough. It
is
depends
a
on
tough question. I mean,
by the individual. I thought that this would be the easy one, but
there
it's
are some
really not.
There are some people that
It
I've
is tough
lost.
because
I've
it can
lost
be-
feelings for, but I haven't lost a desire to have feelings for that person. Like maybe a friendship died out because we did a show together, and then we're not doing a show, and then I don't see them
Happens
for 2
a lot in
years.
theater.
Yeah.
And then you reconnect with them and you're like, oh my God, it's so great.
I don't know that I would categorize that as lost feelings.
Okay.
I guess the idea of lost feelings dramatically is that your feelings for that person has shifted based upon some sort of incident, experience, or other that has happened between you and that person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, person.
I'm having
Lobotomy.
I'm not having a
Not
lobotomy.
at the moment. That would be very weird.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, like we do
This is a lobotomy.
psychological lobotomies
Yes.
here. Yeah. I have this person that I spent many years working with, who now is no longer working with me. I had a very interesting several years of a relationship with her, and very up and down, very interesting. Because it was very intense at first in a good way, and then it was the opposite, and then it was medium, and then it was back and forth and back and forth. And I now feel, for some reason, now that this person has been removed from my day-to-day, I feel the desire to get closer to her.
You've had space
Because
outside of.
I think because for some reason I just feel that she has some pain and I want to be there for her. I don't know if that's true. It could not be true for her, but it's the way that I feel. Like I want to be able to be there for her if she needs someone.
And there's history there, even though it was up and down. You know, there's history there, so there's just genuine human care.
But there was a time, and there were many times that I said,
yeah,
like, no, not safe. And I'm surprised that I am back. I'm where I am now with a feeling of such compassion, because there has been a pretty strong sever of trust between us. And but now it's like all of that self-preservation is it's still there, but there's a part of me that's like, I have room to care for this person in a way that, and if they need something, I can help them.
This sever that you're talking about, is it recent, or is it a trauma
Seems like
that's
those
happened
kinda go on for a
within the
minute.
relationship? It's not fresh.
So here's what's tricky. So we spent so much time working together in the same space that if there was a sever, it eventually got balanced out by the fact that we had to
Right.
work with each other. So there were some, I guess, like if we were friendly outside of work and inside of work, I made sure that I separated my outside of work relationship with her,
Right.
so that I could only have a work relationship with her. And then I thought to myself, like, if I ever didn't work with her anymore, would I be her friend outside of the store? And that answer has changed many times. But both of us have made a lot of
progress in who you are.
yeah,
growth.
self-growth. And I think over time it's I mean, who knows? I don't know what the status quo is right now.
Right. You don't know whether
But I
you will
know-
have the outside friendship.
Right. And I think we might. I always thought that we would, but then there were times that I thought that I wouldn't because I didn't know if I trusted her, but now I might.
Because of the ups and downs, though, if something happens outside, because obviously there's only outside, there's not the inside work relationship. I think it would be much harder to recover from that moving forward if something happens.
But it also would be easier to make a decision on that friendship if something did happen,
yeah.
because then I don't have to self-correct or put on a mask.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you
every
may be
day.
overcompensating too because of the dismissal and just the normal care and the upheaval to the work life in general.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it might be one of the most complicated relationships I've had in my life up at this point. I've sought a lot of help because of it.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of like fear, there's a lot of like people pleasing, there was a lot of love, and then violation of trust and stuff. And, you know, I've had to really self-correct, which is one of those exhausting things where it's like, why do I have to be the one that changes? Why
Right.
do I have to be the
And
one?
they could just flap their wings and fly around and
Yeah.
do whatever the hell they
but,
want.
you
and
know, she
the
also
consequences don't seem to affect
and she
them.
also has strong opinions on me,
Yes.
and that's a
Rude.
hard pill to swallow
Yeah.
because I don't think there's anything wrong with me.
Well, neither do we.
We do not.
Neither do we. No, but yeah, I mean, that goes to the idea too of like what people think about us and what people say about us behind our backs are like none of our business. And that's like the hardest thing to
Except if they're your
accept.
friend.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. If they're your friend, you don't want them talking
Because
behind your
then I
back.
do want to know, and then I will make it my business because then it's my business whether or not I decide to be your friend still.
Right. But even the idea of someone saying this stuff behind your back is enough real information to know whether you should have them as your friend or not, I think.
True.
Because there's just that pattern of behavior that you're like, I'm never going to be able to trust this person.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some of those people in my life too that I have felt like they've wronged me, and I have tried to forgive them and make amends to them by putting an effort in, and that effort felt rejected. And so what's very clear to me is that that person is a dangerous person
Yep.
in my life, and so I don't really need to make an effort like you say often, Claire. I kept my side of the street clean. I feel like I've kept my side of the street clean. I did what I should. I found forgiveness. I threw away my grievances, and I made an effort, and that effort was rejected, and so now I'm clear. I don't need to make another effort. I don't need to make things right. I don't need to move on. If they decided to reach out and apologize and have accountability for what their part in it was, because I feel like I would have had accountability for my part. Maybe something could happen, but if that doesn't happen, it's not affecting my
So
life
I think
anymore.
the answer to this question, which might be the easy,
Wrap it up.
yeah,
Yeah,
is to
do it,
say
Claire.
if you have enough forgiveness within you to be able to move on
Then
with the
do it.
relationship, like how bad was the sever,
Oh.
or if it was there at all or something, you know, how do you move on, and can you? And and it is a choice. You absolutely can.
Sometimes it's not a choice. Sometimes things run their course.
Yes.
It's not easy.
No, it's not at all.
Or it doesn't. In some cases,
quite
it's not easy.
It can be
Breaking.
complicated for those of us who struggle with like love addiction. I think too, because we have.
Stop calling me out, Claire.
I thought it was me too.
We are very fucking similar that way. And it's taken me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's taken me so long in my life to understand that there's an addiction in that, and that maybe these feelings of love haven't been as
Well, it might not be love
concrete.
though, and that's the
Right,
thing is
right.
like it's not just romantic love. It's love in relationships with others,
Yep.
and the importance that the people that we put on pedestals, the way that we weigh these relationships
yeah.
in our lives is like so heavy. It's like the balance beam
It's like
is,
that
is
song, The Lady in Red,
imbalanced.
you know.
What?
It's like that song, The Lady in Red,
saying it.
is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. And there's
Nobody hears.
Nobody hears. You
It's
know,
just you
it's
and
just
me.
you and me. It's where I want to be.
Oh my God,
Not hardly
Brady's
know. You know, this beauty by my side. It's beauty by my side.
No, but I think we should,
Lil.
Shakira does not sing that song.
She sings
There's
clam
yodeling.
chowder, clam chowder, la. Clam chowder, da, da, da.
Clam chowder.
That was Leanne Rhymes. Can you yodel? Well,
No.
you just did, I guess. So you can.
Not
That
professionally,
answers that.
just in the shower.
Well, we are
Can
not
you
looking for
yodel, Grady?
professional.
I used to be
You
able
looked
to
like you were about
kind
to
of-
yodel. You adjusted yourself.
Yeah.
You call that?
I can
that
yodel
counts?
to my
I
extent
could
of
only
yodeling.
yodel as famous theater actresses.
Yes.
From London.
Yeah, I can only do the yodeling from
Okay.
The Sound of Music.
I think it's very, very clear that we were getting onto something important with addiction and love because we've turned it into yodeling.
Well,
This is a classic Matt move
wait.
that I think
We're back to addiction, though.
There's
I
a
think
question
I'm
on
addicted
here.
to theater. I'm
What's
addicted
the-
to actresses.
What's the difference
I've influenced
between
you.
being in love and
Oh,
being
have you?
addicted?
So let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it right here.
Okay, I wrote
right
this
now.
one down.
Okay.
Grady,
What?
you start.
What is it?
You got
What
a book over there. Why don't you use it?
What is the difference between being in love and being addicted?
Don't look at me like that. Say it,
He's
Grady.
looking at the couch.
That is an addictive
He's
couch.
thinking really hard.
Now he's frozen. There's
Damn
something,
chowder.
something wrong with his programming.
No, I don't.
You know. You
do
know,
know.
you have the answer. You just don't have it right now. We'll have to moisten you up.
Oh,
What is-
fuck me.
What
What
is
the fuck?
what is love?
Don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt me.
All right. Do you think? Okay.
No more.
I think Claire and I have clearly stated that we struggle with being able to tell the difference. Do you, Grady?
I have in the past. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Um,
love and then there's infatuation.
I
too.
wouldn't call it I mean, I don't know. I guess it is. I think it's more obsession, right?
Okay.
All right. We're considering that addiction.
Yeah.
Obsession is.
Yeah. That's in the same wheelhouse,
What I
right?
wrote in my little notebook here is
I feel good today.
Love-
However,
love
Sorry.
is an innate acceptance for someone who is, through thick and thin. And then I wrote tempering yourself. I don't know what that means. I think maybe it
probably
means
giving them
adjusting
a
your temperature based
balance.
on that person. Like
Yeah.
you will, if you really love someone and you care for them, you are going to
not do this, or
Yeah.
you will do that,
and you
yes.
will make some innate changes within you because you care for that person, but it doesn't mean you're sacrificing anything. There's no, what's it called? What the fuck?
Compensation.
No, what's that?
Condensation.
What's that word? It starts with a C.
Cookie.
When
Clam
you
chowder.
are,
You walked into that.
it's not
one.
negotiation. It's not
Compromise.
compromise. Yes, thank you. No compromising. A therapist told me that she doesn't believe in compromise. She only believes in negotiation.
What do you believe in?
What? But what is? Is she just using semantics, or does she?
No,
What's the
she's-
difference for her?
She's so wise. She actually died. So I
Oh,
miss all my-
God! I was about to make a great joke.
No, make
Fuck.
it.
No, because every time I do, Matt will be like, "Yeah, well, her husband just passed." I'm like, "Fuck!"
Say it.
And then that was not a real thing.
Not
but
always.
I'll be
what I
like,
say.
I'll say, "Oh, so and so." That was a funny
She
thing.
lost a daughter
They-
in the war.
See, that's the thing.
What was the
Well,
joke? What was the joke?
I
Come
don't
on.
remember now.
Okay. Well, anyway, she made a huge impact on me. Like I think about her probably every day, and I.
And then you realize you were in a Payless. You went every week.
I did pay less.
No, I
actually.
mean a Payless shoe store.
Oh. No.
Was she a sales associate?
No, she was a real therapist.
I don't know. I thought we were talking about something else. I'm
No,
sorry.
She's a therapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she did say wizard too, so I do. I'm imagining
say
Gandalf.
wizard.
She's a-
Ugh, yeah, Gandalf.
Wise?
She,
No, you said wise.
she
and
and
I-
Gandalf were definitely on the same plane.
You
Yeah.
said wise, and I
Well,
just
we'll
assumed.
dedicate today's recording for her.
So, I wrote being okay. So for it being addicted, I wrote frivolous, spiraling thoughts, focusing on the material.
I don't know that I would.
You don't agree with me?
No, I'm knocking you off your pedestal. No, I for me, I don't think that my love addiction. Maybe that's where it's
I think
going a different way for me as I'm thinking about my like addiction to love as opposed to being obsessed with someone and thinking it's love. I definitely jump into the reality of that it is love. And so I don't think of it as material, but I do think of like constant compromise and people pleasing and wanting that person wanting to do all of this stuff to make that person love me and
Okay.
obsessively thinking about that person.
But
and
is that love?
that I would absolutely leave up to people who are smarter than me, because I always thought it was, and I'm really coming around the corner to thinking like that doesn't seem like it is love. But gosh darn it, it feels like it takes every, and maybe it's just my influence by watching too many movies my whole life, but like it feels like it encompasses every part of me and tricks me into believing that it is love, because I feel like I'm experiencing something that isn't on the surface, isn't material, is a part of like my mind and my body and I don't know, my soul, I guess. It feels like it's covering all of those things and making feelings happen, whether it's happiness or sadness based upon my connection to that person. That it definitely feels like an addiction to love. But it's hard for me even now to think like it isn't love, because it's so, I don't know, maybe I don't even fucking know what love is. Maybe I have never ever experienced love, because when I compare this obsessive feeling, it feels the same. It is registering in me like that. So it definitely feels more like an addiction to love than it feels like a difference between being obsessive or addicted or in love. Like it doesn't feel like an either or. But like you said, it is that love. I don't think it is. But God, I don't know.
You've watched too many movies.
Oh
I've
my God,
absolutely
this
watched
is-
too many
This
movies.
is I'm just so. I have so much.
Claire's
We have
ready-
so much to unpack right now. We have so much to unpack. I've studied love a lot. I think that one
Brought
of,
in the heavy suitcases, I guess. I didn't realize.
we might have to do a whole separate podcast.
Am I going
on
to start
love.
smoking after this again?
Yes, probably.
No, you're not.
Okay. Phew.
I don't think so. But there is when I had the. That's a fake cigarette.
Yes.
I'll bring candy cigarettes next time.
Thank you.
I had the opportunity to really, like, when I was in summer camp, I did like a counselor and training program, and they really, all girls, like, it was a pretty intense summer, and we talked about love, because at that age, we were 15, 16, 17, like, we didn't quite get it.
Everybody's a lesbian.
And
Am I wrong? Wait.
no.
I'm not sure that
No.
she was
It's
getting at,
summer
but still.
camp. It's all ladies.
So
ladies loving
they
ladies.
gave
There's nothing
us
wrong with
a. Oh my
Everybody
gosh.
does.
that. Sorry,
um,
Claire. Hey.
So
I'm sorry.
it was a God camp. We weren't allowed to be lesbians, actually. It was a big no-no.
Wow.
Yeah. That blew up a little later, a couple years later anyway.
Of course it did.
yeah.
It's summer camp.
Yeah.
Grady's
So
not wrong.
there was the boys camp up
Okay,
the hill.
so-
I mean, plenty
so
of people were
I'm-
trying
yeah.
to
I'm
get
sure-
together.
I'm
to
So-
discuss
sure
anyway.
there
So
was
The 15-year-old
So
girls were
we
talking about love.
we were given an article to read
Oh.
about the difference between love and infatuation.
Worst camp ever.
I immediately pictured a Cosmo being passed around.
No, it was
Not a cosmopolitan
No,
the drink,
it was
but the
like we were.
magazine.
It was a religious camp. We had a lot of religious and spiritual talks, and it was so great for the soul, my soul at the time.
At that age.
And but a lot of stuff came at me that I didn't get. And one of those things was the difference between love and infatuation. And I was like, I was where Matt is like
Where I live.
where, you know, with the, it's painful. It's so painful.
It is painful. Yes.
But I learned, and and this is going to sound really weird, guys, but I had a dream. That summer when I left camp and I was home, I was like heartbroken about like being away from camp and having to go back to school and stuff. But I was like in the most spiritually like fit condition I'd ever been in my life. And I had a dream about the girls, my friends, and the dream was this. I had a feeling, and it was a warm light that, like, have you ever felt that, like, the happiest warmth, or like been in a dream before where you've just
Yes.
had a very good feeling?
Yes.
I had that, and the message was, you love the love that you will feel for another person is the same love that you're going to feel for these girls. And what it meant was innate love, love that doesn't require work, love that's natural, love that doesn't cease. And it's, you love that person no matter what, no matter like how they look when they dress in whatever outfit. Like if they trip and fall in the mud, you still love them. Like if they suck at sports, you still love them. You're okay.
No. You're right. You're right.
So,
You're right.
but anyway, so I take love very seriously when it comes to romance, like very seriously. So I don't throw that word around like lightly. And especially when it comes to like an actual romance with another person, that word and that phrase, I love you, is held off as long as possible, because I'm not going to say it unless I feel it. And I don't believe loving someone and being in love with someone, I think, are two different things. I don't think you can be in love with someone unless they love you back.
Okay.
I think that being in love is a shared thing. But you can definitely love someone. Like even if you guys are in love together and then you break up and you still have feelings for that person and it's love, I think that is very real. And I think that, but it does require the reciprocity of that person also
Some of my
having
favorite words.
the same feelings for you. But it's deep and it's extremely powerful. But I think that you only get there when you really understand a person for who they are, however scary that might be. And you still would do anything for them. Anything. You would die for them. And I think that love is something that we all have the ability to do many times in our life. It's not just we love one person. We can love many people. But when you are, it's like my favorite moment in the movie Love Actually, when the little kid is talking to Liam Neeson, who's the little kid's now like, I don't know, 30.
He's the Artful Dodger, I believe.
What's his
He
name
is.
again?
I think it's like Joe Mir, something like that.
So
Went with Bran to the wall. But,
Yeah. So he says, he says to his stepdad, "I'm in love." And Liam Neeson says, "Oh, well, I thought it was something way worse than that." And he was like, "Way worse than the total agony of being in love?" I think about that a lot because I think about everything that comes with the pain of falling in love and how it's like exciting and happy and painful at the same time, because when you're away from that person, you feel agony, like you want to be with them.
Yes, they just don't want to be back.
I'm not laughing at that.
I am.
Clam chowder.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
My sister moved to across the country.
Yes.
Because she was in love with the person who was out there. He was in San Diego. She was in Connecticut. They were long distance dating for a little bit. And then all of a sudden she felt like she couldn't live without this person. And she moved out there. And that's not an easy thing to do. It's a huge, huge risk. And I almost did that a couple times for some various people. And at the time, she really questioned me. And she was like, "I would never move across the world for another person." And I'm like, "You would if you loved them. You would if you felt like you couldn't live without them." And that's how she felt when she made that decision to go, because it was painful to not be with that person. And they have a very successful relationship. They're still together. But I think that there's a lot of frivolity that comes with the infatuation and what you think that you want from somebody and from the feeling. Like you're chasing a feeling, and when you're chasing a feeling because you are obsessed with getting something, that's painful, but that's all within you. And I don't think that's love. I think that's that could be addiction. You know, that could be infatuation, but it's like, unless you know how love truly feels, which is not something in your head, it's something in your heart, and it's something in your body, and it's ease, and it makes sense. Then otherwise, if you don't feel that, then I don't think it's love.
I don't disagree with anything that you said.
Good.
I think you're right, and you have closed the book on what love is.
Yep.
And I hope everybody was listening. And
Thank you.
for joining the Last Will podcast. We'll speak to you next week. No,
We got to
Here's my-
unpack.
here's
We
my
got to
pro- here's my
unpack,
problem.
Matt.
Here's my problem. I'm a kinesthetic person. Everything to me is about feel. I don't think I'm chasing a dragon. I don't think I'm chasing a feeling. I do think there is an addictive quality to I don't know. I think there's an addictive quality to the way that I feel. But my rational mind, my emotional mind, my physical body can feel a certain way based upon the proverbial, you tick all these boxes, whatever, you make me feel a certain way. I see your name and it makes me feel this way. I get attention from you and I feel a certain way. I think about you when you're not here. I think about you before bedtime. I think about you before I wake up. When I wake up, I enjoy being in your company, sharing jokes, like all of the stuff that would be pathways towards being in love. I feel like those things are happening for sure, but often one way. You know?
Why is there a checklist?
I'm just using a checklist as an example. For me, it's not really a checklist as much as it is like this feeling is happening and this feeling is happening and I'm feeling this thing and I can't.
So is it like
Get
you
away
get a
from this
crush and then it
kinesthetic-
spirals out of control? Is that what happens?
I think that probably is true.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have you ever felt that way about
Yes.
a person that you've never met? Like a celebrity?
Have I felt that way?
Because I have. Grady, have you?
Felt what about a
Like-
celebrity?
Meaning
Emotions, Grady. Emotions.
like felt like had a crush. So I had a very big crush on Orlando Bloom when I was like 13. It just happened. I saw his picture in a magazine and it started and it didn't stop for several years.
What color was his hair?
Brown.
Really?
Yeah, he was
this-
Orlando Bloom. He wasn't Legolas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
How do you feel about Legolas?
No, Legolas is Legolas. Legolas is a
Okay,
like
easy.
1,000-year-old elf who like is really athletic.
You're so ageist.
and no, it's just like he's too good for me.
He's asexual.
What?
He's way too good for me.
He's asexual.
He's also very busy. He's just very busy, like killing orcs and stuff.
Well,
like
that's
I don't think
counting
he's
for
gonna have
sure.
time to come see my shows.
Oh.
But
And that's a
that's
priority.
important. So why? I thought I was in love with him.
Yes.
I really did. I really had a feeling. I had a very, very strong feeling about him.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I'm asking, like, have you ever felt that way about somebody that you just don't know?
I think probably as close as I could about Amelia Clark, but I don't.
Oh,
I know.
God,
I know.
she's so good.
I might even share that
adorable.
sentiment.
Oh.
But I don't think I've ever thought of it as real like love.
Oh,
You know, I've thought of it as like
I think that
talk
was
about that
yeah.
putting him on a pedestal and
I think that was love for me
Yeah.
before I knew what love was.
yeah.
I don't know that.
And here's the
Love
thing
of a
too
celebrity.
is the love we feel, and I think I brought this up a little bit before, the love we feel at 18, which wouldn't resemble the love we could feel now, isn't that still love? It's just the
Yes.
love that we understand at that
Yes.
age. Isn't your love for Orlando Bloom?
It's changed.
Well, I'm sure. That's why love meant past tense. At that time, didn't that have some legitimacy to it? based upon who you were at the time?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
I think we should also unpack this fact that you think that Legolas is too good for you. You would go and see his shows. He's not going to come see your shows. Who's not good enough for who, Claire? Who's not good enough for who? Anyways, moving on.
I don't have a celeb. Yeah, I don't think.
Okay,
I'm
well-
a celebrity, but I'm very, very, very. I will get very involved in what certain actresses that I like are doing. Very involved.
So wait, and I have a question on
So
that.
you're
'Cause-
like just genuine obsession of their work.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah. It's
Now,
your
is it the
but
I'm not
actress
calling it
or is
obsession.
it
Yeah. Is it what?
the way that they're portraying the actress?
I'm studying everything that they're doing.
But you don't know anything about that actress.
No, and I don't need to. I
Got
just
it.
want to
it's
see
all
their
based
work.
on their work.
I want to see their work. I know enough about them from their work.
Grady,
You can see through people with their work. You really can.
Grady is what is that? What is he? Like what did we call that?
What is Grady?
Yeah. Like what does it mean when you can see someone? I think you might be clairvoyant.
Think so? No, it can't be clairvoyant.
Thanks.
I-
You don't have any magical powers either, bitch. I love it. It's so
Hurtful.
quick to it. Well,
So
you
hurtful.
could be clairvoyant.
Well-
no, it's not that.
Well, unless you think it's something better.
I was trying to give you the human power of it.
You could win
not
the
some
lottery. He
super-
won't.
Being clairvoyant is a human power.
Yeah.
It's not fake. It's definitely real.
You just like it because your name's in it.
No. No,
Clairvoyant is real.
yes. You do. Obviously you don't know what it is.
I do get very,
Okay, well, why don't you
very.
give us the definition, AI?
I'm not AI, but I do know that it's about studying other people's truths.
When I watch an actress, not an actor, an actress that I love, create something, and then it's preserved, whether it's on video or whatever, and I can go back and look at it over and over and just look at it from all angles. I find actresses so fascinating. I find actors so boring.
You find, and is it a male female thing?
Hurtful.
Sorry.
It really, but what's why though?
I guess
There's something that attracts you to the female sphere.
Is it because you
I
being male are like, I fucking understand how that's done?
no.
No?
But that's an interesting question. I think because I'm gay, I maybe do understand how that's done. I didn't. If you look at all, we're just now getting into a period of like theater where mental health is coming into play, men's vulnerability is coming into play. To me, women have always had all the greatest roles. They're tragic. They get to dig deep emotionally in shows, and men don't have that. Men are only taught so much to surface.
That's so
And
interesting.
those are the
'cause
characters that these men are. So all these great characters, Willie Loman and this and that. I'm like, I'm not a. It's fine. I'm not attracted to that though, and I feel like that's a. I want a new definition of male on stage, and I think we're getting into that space.
I have a
But
lot
women just can do things on stage that just astound me and have a vulnerability that astounds me. And if you can tap into that as a male, your potential for not greatness, not about that, to deliver a story and really bring people in with you, and they live every moment with your every breath that you are breathing into that character, whatever, and you will be exponentially a better actor. Watch women.
I know that I have directed Hamlet a couple times and that I've always leaned towards a female Hamlet because to me that was always more interesting because their vulnerability is at the forefront of what they're doing, whereas a man's inclination, and this isn't great actors, but this is actors,
Yeah.
is to lean into the bravado, to lean into
See, I would
the,
lean. I'd the opposite. I want the
of pushing it
emotional
away.
connection of it.
And so yeah, I've
And I've always wanted to
enjoyed
play that.
enjoyed the female Hamlets. There are great male Hamlets who can find that vulnerability really easy, but I felt like my female Hamlets have done it without effort and ease. Shout out to you, Eleanor Clifford.
Ooh.
Just to circle back just for a second. Clairvoyant is an adjective that describes a person who claims to have the ability to perceive events or information beyond the ordinary human senses, often referred to as extrasensory perception or
ESP.
N. Clairvoyant is believed to have the ability to see or gain knowledge about people, places, or events through means other than the known human senses. The term clairvoyant is often associated with psychic abilities and is derived from the French word clair, meaning clear, and voyant, meaning seeing. Clairvoyant. That's my French accent? No. Clairvoyant. No, that's my
Clair.
French.
Claire.
Clair. Clair.
No.
Those R's.
Clairvoyant.
Anyways, so I think we're both right. We're both right.
I've taken clairvoyant meditation classes and it was very easy. Like easy to feel your own space and easy to feel your own aura. And I stopped my training at the point where I had to start reading other people because I didn't want to.
It's too much information. Like if you have the skill,
Yeah. I didn't want to.
the touch, the shine, whatever they call it.
I mean, it's
That's what
you
Stephen
guys,
King
but
called it, right? The
both
shine.
of you have the ability to do it. Grady can do it. Matt is just too scared.
I'm very scared. I have a right to be scared. I don't know what I'm saying. So no, but like he's using an extra. Well, no, he's kind of using his senses while watching actresses work.
Yes.
To learn something.
Yes.
So it is a little different than clairvoyant.
It is, yes. It's
but
better than clairvoyant.
It's a good skill to have.
I think there's an art to watching. I don't know. I think there is a fine art to watching theater and watching great actors and knowing I've got one shot to see this show. This thing is for 2 hours. I need to know my perspective. What lens do I want to see this from? Because I can't just keep switching it. Either I'm watching this. I can't do a million things at once. When I go to see a show, I have a purpose, usually.
Do you, this lens that you're seeing it, is this a choice you're making before it begins?
If I know
Or-
the work, yeah, usually. If I don't know the work, I go in fresh and just give me
See what
whatever you
happens.
got.
Yeah.
But if there's something like, if I had been able to say see Yerma with Billy Piper, I would go in knowing I want to see what this looks like live, for her to go to this place, for the sister to go to this place. I want to see what this dialogue looks like and feels like live. Not trying to steal from it, but just
No.
trying to learn and grow from it and come out of there going, okay, that gave, I don't know. Yeah.
Is the growth just like what is the human capable of doing?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And what is it like to be without fear and really embodying someone on stage and being able to deliver that is such a gift. It's such a gift.
So
It's such a gift.
well,
it's rare.
to get like back on track.
Sorry.
No, no, we're slowly doing the 3-point turn. What I think I would have called obsession with figuring this out is really an overall love of human behavior.
Mm.
I think it's love of process, first of all, as a performer, because you're trying to figure out how they map their way through it in the best way that
And
you
I
can.
thrive on naturalism. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it so much.
But also a lover of the human condition.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So this was because you said, have you ever fallen in love with a celebrity?
So in that way, yeah, I've fallen in love with their work.
Yeah. So, but I guess where I'm trying to tie it all back together
Yes.
is like, from the outside, it may seem like you can be obsessed with a Billy Piper.
Yeah.
But there really is at the core this love.
Mm.
So it's not an addiction.
No, I
It's
just
love.
it's an appreciation.
It's based on.
it's
is.
admiration for sure. It is.
But it's so deep, I think you would call it love, right?
You know, when I dated a guy a couple years back, several years back. Before we said I love you, he always would look me really deep in the eyes and he would say,
He was looking for it.
I appreciate you.
He was working his way up, huh?
And I was like, I always thought he was going to say love, but he didn't. And I was like, is that his way of wanting to say I love you, but not saying it?
Yes.
And saying I appreciate you, because that's the most appropriate thing to do right now.
Maybe because he has your he has your feelings about the word love and appreciation for making sure that you're not using it before it's ready to be used, or he's coming from a place of fear and he's afraid that you won't say it back, and so he's kind of hedging his bets by giving you the word appreciation in place of love. Like it's a replacement thing.
Yes. Or because I was like, how can you appreciate me? Because that's not something that I would want to hear every day.
Oh,
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
What?
No, I just wanted
No,
to
no,
wrap
no,
up.
no.
I wanted to tell.
Tell a story.
No, I just was going to say that I get so excited about these things too because they don't come around that often.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not bowled over. I am not bowled over by much. It takes a lot, or actually, it takes very little to watch someone on stage. Not work where it is effortless. They're using their gift. It's not a passion. I like to see someone that has a gift. See, people get passion and gifts confused. I have a passion for basketball. I love it. I'm never gonna fucking be any good.
Yeah,
I have no handle. I can't. I'm terrible. I'm fucking terrible. I'm too short. I would love it. That's a passion. That's not a gift. People get those confused. You follow your passion. Great. That's good luck with your passion. When you see someone with a true gift, though, because what they're doing is what they were made to do with the least effort possible. Doesn't mean they're not working, but there's no effort when you're using your gift and you let it flow through you and you get out of the way of it.
I don't know that I think you're on a right path. I have a little bit of problem with the last bit because I do think people who are gifted still work.
No, that's what I did say.
You
that
know?
they are working still.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
it seems effortless.
You're not looking at them like sweat it out. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
trying
yeah. It
so
doesn't
hard.
look-
I
it
have to
doesn't look like
impress
it,
you,
yeah.
and it just they can. Yeah.
They know how to do the work, so you don't see how hard they're working.
Well, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to come over. You don't come over my house and I go, and I tell you the whole time, you won't believe how I cleaned today. I cleaned so much. I mean, if you came to see a play and an actor was like, there's a talkback after every single play, so the actor can tell you how hard they worked on it.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper worked for 6 years. That's how all these Oscar campaigns work. Oh, they worked so hard. The prosthetics. It does not make a show good. Doesn't make anything good just because you worked for 6 years on anything. I'm not dogging Bradley Cooper. I like you, Bradley.
Sounds like it.
I'm just saying people
Sounds like
equate
you're like his makeup.
all
Did
this.
he really work 6 years on that?
Yes.
Yes, but movies are different because people could have been working on a screenplay for 10 years.
Yes, exactly.
And before it gets
and
up, so
and
it's
in
not.
conversations
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things,
God,
you
that
know.
was a long time. 6 years ago.
Listen,
You could also say he worked his whole life because he was always into conducting.
our
so-
process over here for rehearsal is unheard of in Europe. I mean, just 6 weeks for a rehearsal. I spit upon that too.
But what we
But it's not
do
real
is
theater.
hobbies.
Yeah,
we do hobby
we are
theater.
hobby.
We want it to be be more than that, but it's hobby theater.
You need to work on something for for me. I'm like, if I had my druthers, it'd be like 4 months minimum.
Look, when I was in acting school, we spoke about having monologues for auditions and stuff like that, and never choosing a monologue the week of an audition or a month before the audition. But a great monologue is something that you have been working on all year, that is just a part of who you are, that you can do at a moment's notice. Like that's the work that you should put in to put your best self out there.
Right.
If you're just cramming it in at the last minute to
What's it worth?
Yeah, it's not.
And maybe
it's not
there are
worth
some
as
people
long.
who can do that, and they can fake it.
That's their gift.
And or they can fake it well enough for that moment. But then once you get them in to do the work, you see them fall apart.
It could, yeah, for sure. So I love. What did we say about love? We didn't really cover anything. I just want everybody to know
We did.
we didn't cover anything.
We did.
Matt doesn't think we did.
Well, I had big
Matt's
suitcases
deflecting.
to unpack, and I didn't unpack any of them. I just want everybody to know if I've ever said that I loved you out there, that I meant it and came from a real place. It's
Aw.
not that I've never felt love before. It just, works a little different in me than it does others.
Who are you now? Who are you now?
I don't know.
He's Batman.
Yes.
I just
So,
can't get over her.
no, look,
Shannon McCure. Just so.
I definitely feel like the genuine obsessions that I've had have felt
Better than Coke and hookers.
real, and I've always struggled to get over it.
The Coke or the
Like
hookers?
that's the hookers. Coke is
Coke has given me a really happy feeling in me.
Okay, we're not going.
Yeah.
I'm not. These suitcases are. I don't.
These are
they're in
different
storage. I'm not going into
You've
storage.
never
for
had
this
that
shit.
feeling? You've never felt that
no.
way
He
with
has.
cocaine?
What he's saying is that his cocaine suitcases are so full.
Yeah, we're not
that
doing
he's put
that.
them in the back of the
We're not
closet,
doing
and he is not engaging in that because my kids are going to listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're gonna.
It's bad
Kids
for
don't
you.
do cocaine.
Oh my
No,
God, please don't ever.
well, figure out where it's from.
That's true.
No, don't take anybody's dirty key.
Only
Key
get the
bumps
good
are Gonna
stuff.
give you sinus
The
infections.
pure stuff. And only do a little bit.
The pure stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Look
want
at
to.
you.
You don't want to cut
Then,
with.
because if you get the
Clorox.
if you get the pure stuff, you only have to take a little bit.
Grady's laughing because he's like, whoever takes just a little bit.
Oh,
Kids,
listen,
I can clearly say I've never done cocaine.
I'll just do like
Oh.
a.
Never done
I
it.
only want to do
Never.
a bump, and that just is all I need.
No.
Never done
It's
heroin
3
either.
a.m. Do you want to call?
don't do
You
heroin.
want to call? Do you want to call? I'm going to call. Do you want to call? We should call. It's 3 a.m.
Okay,
Okay, well,
that's-
we'll be up till 5. I'll call.
Grady's
you
never done
call.
cocaine
That
either.
is not
You
the
call.
experience
I don't
I've
want to
had
call
on
because
cocaine.
I'm not going to. I owe money. I can't call. I can't call. I can't call.
No, seriously,
So that was from my one-man
I've never
show
done it. Never done it.
called Coke? Question mark.
You come out with a bottle of Coca-Cola.
And just stand there.
His nose is powdery white, but he's just drinking a Coca-Cola.
But it's
Mhm.
conventional sugar.
yeah.
Okay. Should we go now?
Well,
Oh, we don't have to.
no, we've talked for an hour.
Yeah.
Did we
Um,
wrap it up or did we not?
We
This
didn't.
is-
We
this is-
never will.
well,
we never
yeah,
will.
We did say that there was a lot to unpack, and I don't know that I unpacked any of it. And there are times where we work through things, and I'm like, oh yeah,
We just talked about
Eureka.
discussion about
But
theater.
I don't because I'm still caught up in like these feelings that I have. Are they real or are they not?
I can
Do
help
I
you.
have? I think of myself as having a great capacity for love. Do I not? Do I just have a great capacity to fucking obsess? I don't know. So I'm a little. I'm a
Can't
little
both
lost.
be true?
Perhaps.
And would you be a good actor if you couldn't obsess? If you don't know what obsession is, I don't think you can be.
Yes, but like I just want to be human for a second. Like the actor in me, they're fine for the most part. I'm good with them. The human in me is the one that's like, we need a little TLC.
Yeah.
Need
Yeah.
a little,
Yeah.
little
No,
understanding.
I get that.
You just
Well,
need to do more
um,
cold readings by yourself at home. That's
So.
what's going to help
I
you.
think that it requires like you can have really strong feelings for somebody in just a short amount of time of being with them, but I think that the test of the true test of time is I didn't say
the
that
true
right.
test of love is
It
through
if
time.
if you want to find out if you really love someone, you spend a lot
Travel
more
with
time
them.
with them, or you travel with them, or and then you know if you love them or not.
Week-
People
a
always
weekend.
say that, but I don't think
Weekend.
I
Because
yeah.
you could find that you just can't deal with that person.
Yeah. Look, there.
You might think you love them, but then you say I love you, and then
Barney Raitt comes in and says, "Look,
I can't make you love me if you don't.
Claire, you're off.
That song made me famous in college.
Really?
well,
Very
that's
nice.
another episode. We're not.
We used
gonna-
that in a production of 12th Night one time. My friend Jeff Gillis sang it. Jeff Gillis came to see Curious Incident.
Oh, right, your buddy.
Yeah. Anyways, I just think thinking about my last whatever obsession, it felt very, very real to me.
It's your warning label. I
And-
will fall in love with you.
Yeah. It felt very, very real.
Then it was
Now
real.
have I been able to recover from it for sure, but I can't. Like, it wasn't until I said something did it not, like, there was great relief, you know? So, I mean, it felt real. I
Then
mean,
it was-
it felt
then it-
like,
And it was.
so, I don't know. Or was it obsession?
Just because it's
Could
going
I
on in
could
your
I have
head
gotten
doesn't mean
over it
it's
that
not
quick
real.
if it wasn't?
What does
I
Dumbledore
don't
tell
know.
Harry?
What does Dumbledore tell Harry?
Just because it's going on in your head
Who's got the script?
doesn't mean it's not real,
Well,
Oh.
no,
right?
that's not what it says. But
Oh,
it
well
says
then
the mean-
go ahead and you know the quote then.
Oh, I don't know what the quote is. I just know it's
You-
not that.
but- right, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
I don't love
No, I
that. I
think-
don't love that.
I
I don't love that for you either.
I don't love that.
I think that yes. I don't know. I don't know if you can love someone if you don't fully get to understand
Vacation
who
with
they
them.
are.
Yeah.
Vacation with them.
Yeah. But like, here's also my problem. I think I understand human behavior pretty well, especially in other things than myself. So
You do.
it's not that I don't understand. I think I understand people. Anyways, there's a lot more to
I think
unpack
if
on
somebody-
this thing.
I think
We
if
could do
somebody
another
told me that they
episode.
loved me and they didn't really know me that well and I didn't think they know me that well, I would be extremely perturbed
Makes you feel unsafe,
Mhm.
scared.
because I don't like that person got an opportunity to examine me in a way that I didn't let them examine me.
Oh, wow.
I didn't give permission.
That's interesting.
But that is a fear, self-preservation,
Right.
scared kind of thing because the world is scary and you just don't know who's lurking out your window at
let's
night.
leave it there.
Who's-
Let's leave it
who's
on a
stalking you?
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Let's leave it on a
Stalking you?
cliffhanger. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. All right, people. Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. You know, Claire doesn't like stalkers. She went out on a limb
No
there
one
and
likes
said,
stalkers.
No one likes stalkers. Oh wait, Grady's got something to say. Excuse you. I guess that's it. We can't.
Yeah,
can't go out
there's
after that.
nothing else.
Anything that your butt wants to say? No. No. Okay, just his mouth this time. Bye, people.
Bye.
Bye.
So what did we learn? Well, I think we learned that I have a lot to unpack. We didn't really unpack much of it, and that's okay too. I question whether I've ever been in love in my entire life. That's really what I question. Now, I don't think that's totally true, but I do have some things that myself and the therapist probably should go over next time I sit in a session. So, is love and addiction the same thing? Is love and obsession the same thing? I don't know. I think we learned from Claire that for her, love has to go both ways. Like, it's not real love unless you're being loved back. I'm not sure I totally agree with that, but it makes sense for her. Anyway, what did we really learn? Love is a complex thing, and better to have loved and lost than never to have loved before. How about that? No, seriously though, like the cliches of love really do hold a lot of water for a lot of different reasons. I do think we can get caught up though in the chase, the feeling, the dopamine drop that happens at the beginning of a crush or courting. But is that enough to sustain over a long period of time? I don't know. I think we're going to have to just do a whole episode on love. But this was a really fun discussion, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know what I could say that we learned. So you tell me, please. Tell me what you learned, because I could really, really, really use the help on this one. Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. And if you want to help me understand this episode a little bit better, please reach out to us. It's the Last Will podcast on Instagram. You could just slide into our DMs. I won't consider that love, just a little bit of care. If you like what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe. And until next week's episode, where I think we'll probably finish up our questions episodes, till then, onward, forward.